Welcome to our new Bead House Basics series. We're going to show you lots of hints and tips for jewellery making. Today we're going to look at beading wires and everything you need to know. So at Bead House we stock two brands. We stock Beadalon and Aculon. So this is the Beadalon and an Aculon. So Beadalon is a really well-known brand. Aculon is a lesser known brand, but an equally good quality at a cheaper price. So there's two basics to know about beading wires. First is the size of your beading wire. So beading wires tend to come, because we buy American brands, the measurements are in American gauges rather than millimetres. So you'll find a 0.012 or a 0.013, which is the thinnest beading wire, and we'd use that for pearls because pearls are drilled a lot more narrower than a standard bead. So if I just show you here, this one will go through a pearl really easily. Then going up from a 0.12, 0.13, the next size is a 0.015. Now this is one of my favourite sizes of beading wire because you can use it with gemstones and pearls. So it's really handy if you're doing mixed beads on a design. Then after 0.15, we've got a 0.018. Now this is a really good gauge for just everyday general beading of gemstones, but you might find you struggle to get pearls through, and you want to really use a beading wire that takes the bead and has a bit of leeway, so it works on that one. But if you use it on a bigger design, you might get halfway through and find your pearls won't go on if you're using pearls and gemstones. And then the really thickest is a 0.024, and this is really good for using with really rough, large gemstones. So a gemstone bead will have a much larger hole than a pearl. They're drilled to about 1 millimetre, and sometimes they'll have rough edges too. So this is a really thick wire you can use on a gemstone bead, and it shouldn't wreck and cut your wire. So then those are your sizes. The next thing to understand is the number of strands of wire. So I brought some Aculon to show this. So a standard tiger tail would be 3 to 7 strands. That means it's got 3 or 7 independent strands of wire twisted within the beading wire, and it's a really good entry-level beading wire, but it will kink and be hard to get the kinks out. And then there's a mid-range number of strands. These are often a 19 or a 21 strand, so these have got 21 strands twisted inside the beading wire, and these are of better quality than your 7, but again it will kink, but you might find the kink comes out more easily, but still some kink left. And then the best quality is a 49 strand, and these are great because these don't kink as bad at all. So this has 49 strands within the wire, and of course that's reflected in the price, but it depends on what you're making or the price point of what you're making. So if you're doing a real special piece, a 49 strand is the best way to go. If there's anything else you'd like to see reviewed, please comment in the comment section below.